And we're live. What is going on, Rippa fans and Rippa fan? Andy Andrew here, joined by the one and only Duchess of the Dirty Deeds and writer of about 8 million things right now at the Rippaverse, as well as our
mostly emails right now. I write a lot of emails right now.
You are writing a lot of emails. That's true. Absolutely doing a lot of that. And Kanan White, who is a illustrator of a great many things right now. So we're here to have a good time with you guys. We're going to get into some of the news that has been dropped over the last couple of weeks, including obviously the big one with the Hachette distribution deal.
Yeah,
we'll hit on some of the new releases, and we got some other things to go through. So thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you being here. As always, make sure you share this out. Make sure if you guys are hanging out in the Discord that you got it pulled up. I know a bunch of you are in there right now in the voice chat. I can see you. I am always watching.
It's kind of creepy.
you should be watching.
Someone has to be.
One thing that we're doing that's different this time is we're actually going to open the floor to you guys at the end for a Q&A. So if you have any questions, like as we get closer to the end of the stream, and these are usually about 2 hours, any questions that you have that we can answer, we will try and answer, because I know you guys are just brimming with curiosity, and if I can slip in a spoiler when Andrew's not paying attention, I will.
So now I'm just going to be paying attention the whole stream.
Eric,
Was that your brain ninja way of just getting me to pay attention through the whole stream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you won't pay attention to Discord.
it worked. Yes.
That's cheating.
A little bit.
Well, that's not fun. Well, guys, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. As Carol said, we are going to open up the floor to a Q&A, so make sure hang on to maybe some super chats for that for the end of the show. We'll hit as many questions as we can. Obviously, we'll hit the super chats first, so we want to be respectful for those who are throwing their money at us. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here. Let's kick things off with probably what everybody has on their minds right now, which is
Sersa.
I do consistently have Sersa on the brain, but that's for different reasons.
Yes. Okay. But I mean, you know.
You can't blame a guy.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, hey,
it's
Redhead with a gun and knows how to use it. What else do we need? Is there a plot? I don't care.
Right.
What's a plot? I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
No, we are definitely excited for Sersa. The pages for that look gorgeous, as should be expected, as they're being drawn by Kanan and colored by Marcos Martins, which is a pretty fire team, to be honest. And I've said this before, but there aren't many colorists that Kanan gets super excited about having on his lines, and Marcos is among them. Yeah,
I'm very hard on colorists.
Famously hard on colorists.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, no, you're just pushing them to be the best versions of themselves.
What's really bad? I'm gonna interject. Anybody who if you ever submit colors to me, if I don't respond, that's probably an indicator where it's like, But if I repost it, oh, that's dope, then you nailed it. Right there. But if everybody's like, oh yeah, I posted, and everybody's responding, and you don't see my response under your post, you're probably okay. So
you can't say anything.
Keep workshopping.
Don't say anything at all, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Keep practicing. Keep workshopping. Those two plot points are all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them's a gun, right?
Yeah. Right.
Is it points?
Sure.
Well, then 3 then. Okay, right.
Sure. Yeah. No. Okay.
This is a Faye Black stream. Okay, let's move on.
I was gonna say, yeah. But what I was getting to was the big news being our distribution deal with Hachette, which is incredibly exciting because that means that y'all are going to be part of a very rapidly growing fandom here in the very, very near future as that deal takes effect in July.
Yeah.
So, the Discord is probably going to grow quite a lot over the coming months. So I will actually probably be seeking new mods in the Discord here in the very near future.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I will communicate that with the people whom I deem worthy. You must be chosen.
I have to be able to put up with you. That's the truth.
That's kind of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worthy meter. Putting up with Carol. There you go.
Yeah.
You have to be chosen by the claw.
Yeah.
The claw being Carol's tolerance of you as a person. But this is super exciting because we're going to be able to get our books now into big box retailers such as, your Walmart, your Targets, bookstores like Barnes and Noble will be more easily accessible to local comic shops.
Yeah.
Whereas before they strictly had to go through our online portal, which isn't quite as user friendly or something as what they would be used to, at least as like a traditional retailer portal that they would go through for formerly Diamond, but what they probably do with Penguin or Lunar, things like that. Yeah. Diamond's bye-bye. It's gone.
I'll never forget when somebody told me that we had to get through Diamond or we wouldn't get anywhere. And I was like, bet.
Yeah. I think
That was
Eric
a
had the
year
same
ago.
reaction. Yeah. I think Eric had the same reaction to that.
Mhm.
Now, how's Diamond looking now? Not as great, unfortunately.
They're working through some stuff. They're working through some stuff.
They're going through some stuff.
A
Yeah.
little hard time.
Yeah.
A little tough spot.
It happens. But this is incredibly exciting. This is going to be, for those who are not aware of the announcement, and I do recommend that you go check out the full press release on our website under the news, as well as watch the video that Eric put up on our YouTube channel. All of our mass print covers going forward will be going through these deals, this distribution deal with Hachette, which is cool. That's going to also make comparatively the limited print run covers all the more rare and worthy of collectors.
Yes.
That's awesome.
My favorite part of all of this was when we were in the meeting. It was like, okay, guys, how do we say this word?
It's not Hachette.
It's not Hachette. So we was like, we know it's not Hachette. Is it Hachette? Hachette?
Hachette? French, right? Hachette?
Hachette. You're supposed to sashay while you say it.
I wasn't sure. And so what I learned is Hachette with if I flip my arm, it helps. So
how's that? That's the trick? Okay.
That's the trick for me. I'm kinesthetic.
Okay. That's fair. Okay.
But I did that with one of our printers because they didn't know how to say it either. It's like, no, say Hachette and do this with your arm and it will come out perfect. So she did it and it came out great. And I was like, see, it works.
Yeah. I mean, so I guess you think sachet and hachette is or, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same, right? Sounds similar.
Yeah, that's similar.
In my heart,
Close
I'll
enough for
probably
government
call it
work.
Hachette. Yeah.
That's just because you and probably just thinking of murder.
We got you remember the picture during which we call it Control Z, the hatchet.
Yeah, Joshua Ignatowski drew you murdering Gina. You gave Gina a bad day.
Yep.
Oh, did he? I had no idea. No, I hadn't seen that. Somebody said that
wow.
to
So
me.
somebody didn't watch Control Z. Wow. Okay.
Well, I didn't.
Now at least we know now, Andrew. At least we know now.
Yeah,
how Carol really feels.
It's okay. She didn't want to watch
I said
us.
I'm gonna host the next one. Okay, I'm gonna host that one.
Okay. But what are you guys excited about regarding this deal? Because this is something that, honestly, while not 100% unprecedented on its face value for indie comics, the scale to which this allows us to distribute, that is a massive deal. Like this is something that I haven't seen.
I just probably for me, man, is more than anything, and it's nothing super major, but the international appeal. Like you said, if you see the stuff in the wild, take a picture, kind of thing, and it's going to be amazing to kind of see, just personally as an artist, seeing your work all over the world is going to be, and I'm sure the other artists and creators feel the same way. When it's in the hands of certain people, and they're holding the Ice Arm or Blood Ruth or Norfolka, the Ribbazines, like all those different things, man. That we've made so much stuff, merch, people buying stuff, whatever that part of that until it wraps into the deal with the distribution. But yeah, the international, and then also just seeing it in Walmart, man, and Target and places like that. like, yeah, I can think like my parents are like, hey, you can go get freaking ISOM from your magazine stand at Target and Walmart and Barnes and Noble. Like, it's actually going to be there. You imagine somebody grabbing the omnibus and like boom, it's like right there. That was a big thing kind of thing. And so, yeah, that for me, I think is going to be the biggest, most amazing thing. And I think that's when, for me, it's going to really become real. Like, wow, like people are actually getting this stuff beyond just, the online community and, through that direct, but actually physically being able to go to the store and grab it. That means something, man. That tangible feeling, man. It does something to you. And, as a creator, it never gets old, so.
I guess for me, because I'm petty, it has to do with the fact that first it was like you're not going to make it to a year, and then it's like you're not going to get more people to write with you, and then it's like, well, it's not like you get into big stores. So now I'm just waiting for somebody to come out and predict my future again. Like, it's not like you're going to be able to make a movie from your stuff. I'm like, oh, that'd be great. I can't wait to do that now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I feel like every time somebody's like come out of the woodwork and tried to tell us like how we're not going to make it, what we do is just kind of like, that's the new benchmark, guys. Like that right there. They just said that we can't make a theme park. I guess we're going to go do that now. Let's go.
Yep.
What would Isom's ride be? Would that be a roller coaster or an obstacle course?
It wouldn't be flight deck.
Definitely would not be flight deck because he can't fly.
No.
I thought that was fine.
It's okay.
Might be a boxing robot thing or something.
I was thinking like some test of strength,
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Test of strength. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd be here for it. I mean, there's a lot we could do down the line as we continue to grow. Theme park. There might be a minute, but knowing us, if somebody told us we can't do it, we'll probably end up doing it.
Why not? I love being told I can't do things. It's my favorite.
If for no other reason than
Just 'cause.
just kind of prove, oh yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Rippaverse. That's probably closer than Rippa Parks or whatever, whatever we want to call it.
I've heard it pondered more often than the park, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know it's been brought up on streams plenty of times before, and that's an exciting proposition. But as it currently stands, we do enjoy going out to the cons and seeing all you guys there. We've got a lot that we're going to this year. We've got 4 more in the back half of the year right now. Something like that. Something crazy.
Yeah, there's Anime Matsuri, Space Con, Bell County, Dallas Fan Expo. And then I'm the only one that's going to the East Side Game Exchange. So yeah,
that's true.
I go to the pro show more often now. So they're like, "Do you want to sit at our table?" And I was like, "Yes, I do. I'll bring my books to sell."
Yeah, there you go.
Hello, people that listen to me talk about things. How are you?
No, that'd be great. So guys, make sure that if you're in that area, you go to those. We'd love to be able to say hi to you, meet you in person. Thank you for your support over the years. Or even if you're a new supporter, we'd love to be able to thank you regardless of how long.
Vaughn will be at 2 of our conventions. You should come say hi to us.
Yes, you absolutely should. I really love Bell County. I'm really looking forward to going back to Bell County.
They have great food.
They had real food.
Yeah, it was real food.
They have actual food, not con food, which is,
it's terrible.
It's the ugly cousin of cafeteria food.
That was a school
while
lunch.
Being overpriced.
It's really bad. Yeah, the only thing I'll eat at a convention is probably anything from Chick-fil-A, but then after that I'm kind of like, I think I'll starve.
Yeah. So. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's I don't want to pay $19 for 2 chicken strips and 5 French fries. That seems ridiculous. Come on now.
That's as bad as airport food
or theater prices.
Oh gosh, yeah, theater. But actually,
at least the theater has better seats
and actually better food. At least the theaters that I go to. So there's at least that. So
there's a theater. One of my theaters here. They actually offer spirits and stuff, so you can get get a beer or something. Yeah, right. This is
the way.
I was like, is there actually some liquor?
I like having a glass of wine or a beer while I'm at the theater if it's a later evening movie.
There was one convention we went to where they were selling beer, and at first we were like, oh, that's kind of novel, and then after a while we're like, they're all getting drunk.
Yeah, everyone's
at the table.
toasted right now.
One person was just kind of like stumbling around. I was like, do you need an electrolyte? And they're like, no, I'm great. I was like, I think
Mhm.
I have some in my bag. I think I'm gonna give you one just in case. Like,
Right.
I'm kind of worried about you.
Comics rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, seeing as we actually, and by we, I mean Caro, made an outline for this evening's show,
Oh,
I
we did.
figured let's actually make an attempt at
To follow
following.
it. We're trying to do
set
segments, guys. We're trying to do segments because I was like, I
Okay.
think we should like order the stream instead of just like Andrew and I shooting the shit for 2 hours, which I know can be entertaining for us, but not quite
It
for you
can be
guys.
entertaining for us, but I
Yeah.
guess we're supposed to entertain you guys or something, and this isn't just hanging out and letting you in on the fun. It's
Mhm.
supposed to be more interactive than that, I guess.
All
Whatever.
right. So updates. We talked about what conventions we're going to. What books do we have out that are currently on pre-order that may not have been discussed last time 2 weeks ago?
I'm trying to remember what was not out last time 2 weeks. Well, because last week our only announcement was the Hachette deal.
Did we talk
So
about
the week
Exclave?
prior, Exclave #1,
Mm-hmm.
I believe, is what got added along with Stefania. Right?
Stefania.
Yeah, Stefania and Exclave 1 were the new additions. So that's exciting. We're kicking things into gear with this crossover event, guys. We're not playing around.
Yeah, I had
Eric
to
has
make a
been-
whole bunch of Slack channels last week. It was like Eric was like, go make all the Slack channels. I was like, all of them?
Yes.
All of
Oh,
a sudden I had like 35 notifications in Slack, none of which were actual messages. They were just, you have been added to
a channel.
inks
You've
for
been
this
added to a
book. You've-
channel. You've been added to a channel. You've been added to a channel. You've been added to a channel. And at one point
That's
I was like,
awesome.
are you done yet? And I was like, you've
Nope.
been added to a channel.
Mhm. Yep.
That's exciting, man. Wow.
It is exciting. What
Oh,
are
Claw
you
and
what are you
Covenant,
feeling
that's
about
another
that?
one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Claw and Covenant. We also announced. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm always here for more Bloodruth. Just Sydney's pretty awesome.
It's
I heard
just great.
Keenan might
She's
like
great.
Bloodruth.
A little bit.
He might
A little bit.
just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm curious, man, what that story is about, man. Like it, I believe at least caught wind of what I know, so like kind of an origin or just some background on at least like elements of a couple of things that she has, sacred things she has in her possession. I don't know all the details, but it looks exciting. Like you said, you can't go wrong with Bloodruth. And I love the fact that with all these titles, the Exclave titles, man, like shuffling around your usual suspects, Will, of course, doing Yaira, which is going to be pretty awesome. I don't know if that's an Exclave title, but I think it might not be. But just in
Frost and
general,
Ruin is not. Frost and
yeah,
Ruin is
okay,
not.
okay. But just in general, like just having so many different types of talent, man, being able to really showcase what they can do with stories that actually have some validity to them, and kind of see their take on the characters. It's always interesting to see people's artists take on the iconic characters and characters that we're used to seeing and stuff. So they add their little nuances, but for the most part it stays the same. And so just from the covers I've seen, and just the artists, man, just everybody's putting out all the stops, man. So definitely get the Exclave books. You're gonna want to be in at the beginning, and just to kind of see how it affects those different people. I'm just curious how it affects Gooding. Hopefully he got some stake in the game. Oh no, I'm like rooting to like hurt this dude, but it's funny because
Eric's writing it. I'm sure Gooding will be fine.
Yeah, I mean
fine.
he's actually one of my favorite characters to draw, which is really weird. I didn't think he would be, but he is.
You draw him with giant robots, that's why.
I was gonna say
Yes.
it's the giant robots are kind of the sell.
Yeah, the drone dogs and like the whole thing. So, but he needs some taken from him.
I know. He
He's
needs a
some-
bad
some-
day,
yeah,
right,
oh,
Andrew?
gosh.
Blood drawn or something. Like after this, Gooding should come out different. Like I'm not the same as I was.
I've been changed.
Right. But yeah,
You got this obsession with giving him a bad day, and
I mean, me
I
and
love to give
Carol.
everyone a
right?
bad day.
Yeah.
it's true.
I
It's
can't
true.
help it.
See, I hinted
You
at
do
it
want
with what's his name? Splatterpuss in my
Splatterpuss needs a bad day too.
drawing.
Yeah.
Yes. He needs a good day, which will be somebody else's bad day.
He could have a good bad day.
Yeah.
It'll be like it's like a sour victory. It's like he gets what he wants, but at what cost?
Yeah.
But that's Mike's character, so.
Yeah, no, yeah, Splatterpuss is, Ron is Mike's character for sure. Only Mike could have created Splatterpuss for sure. It was a very Mike character.
I like how he brings it back that way.
Yeah, for sure. Well, what next? We have so many books coming out right now, guys. Reminder: the link is pinned in the chat for the solicitations. If you haven't jumped in on the more recent titles in there, things like Twin Tricks, things like Stefania, Florida's Finest, things like Claw and Covenant, which is a Bloodruth story if you are confused by the name. Our Extreme False Start #1. We've got a lot of books right now. I don't know what to tell you. It's going to reach a point where I can't list them all.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Stefania one because I think Stefania needs to be kind of like taken out of everybody's shadow. It's like, here you go, Stefania, go do your own thing. Be your own person away from all these other main characters. What will you do? I can't wait to find out.
I agree. She's been, like I said, the butt of a lot of jokes, even in, pictures and, stories. But yeah, like, it's cool to see her actually grow up and, establish her own and figure out what that's like, still being the seed of Yaira, man. But at the same time, man, like she's not her mom, she's her own, good, bad, and ugly. So yeah, it's going to be cool to kind of see how that story unfolds and away from Forest Park, it's you're heading in different territory. So that's going to be
I'm glad that we're leaving Florist Park because we have too much crime in Florist Park. Like every time I talk to a new potential writer for us, they're kind of like, I was thinking about making this criminal for Florist Park. I was like, or you could not. You could pick
anywhere else.
Anywhere. You have a whole globe. It's like, but Florist Park's where it's happening. It's like, man, it can happen anywhere. It can happen in Tokyo. It could happen in India. It could happen in England. It could happen in Paris. You have so many options.
It's a big world.
Yeah. What about Florist Park? No, and no tattoos.
But I mean, that's the fun thing, man. Like, what does New York look like within the Rippaverse? What does Chicago look like? Mississippi, Louisiana, is it even exist? Is it even named the same? Is it something totally different? So yeah.
I want to go to Louisiana now. Eric, I know you're not paying attention, but I want to write a story in Louisiana now.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'm here for it.
Too, with all the lore.
You had a lot you could play with there.
The voodoo and the
It's like I'm an urban fantasy author that.
Oh, yeah, almost like that, huh?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware of this. Yeah.
There's a couple of cities that kind of Virginia and things like that.
Oh yeah, Virginia's got like some fun stuff there.
Yeah.
I feel like Virginia's got some potential. Okay?
Yeah, it does.
I feel like we can do something there.
Yeah.
I wonder. Huh. We'll powwow.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, though, because even though Florist Park is a massive city, guys, this isn't your, population 65,000, smaller city. This is a big, massive city. And so there's a lot of territory there to play with. But with us being such a newer publisher and still being so young in our world building, we don't want to overpopulate it so quickly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's room to have multiple villains, multiple heroes, and multiple gangs and things like that. But you don't want to scale that so quickly in just the one location. Right. You want to fill out the rest of the world. Just you were saying, we want to see what's going on over in New York City right now. What's going on in Florida, what's going on in Virginia, what's going on in all these different places.
I have questions about Bromhouse. That's what I have questions about.
Maybe I'll do something over there, considering I grew up in that area for over 20 years.
Yeah, it's like there's something going on there that Eric's keeping close to his chest, because I'm kind of like, so about like this largest country on the Americas, and he's kind of like, yeah, what about it? It's like, can I know something about it?
Soon.
You want to be forthcoming with information? No.
Yeah,
Okay.
but because we haven't actually had a story take place there, we
Yeah.
haven't, I haven't been able to get that from him. So maybe there's a couple of writers I'm courting. I'll be like, maybe you should write something in Brown House. And they're like, what's going on there? It's like, I don't know. Let's find out together.
Let's find out together. We can it'll be a coordinated 2-pronged attack.
Yeah.
There you go.
to
There you
pin
go.
Eric for information.
You attack this way and I'll attack that way, and we'll just he lets things slip, I'll grab them and share them with everyone else. It'll be great.
Low key, I think that's the play.
Yeah.
What do you got next for us, Carol?
Well, we have a super chat break, but we haven't had any super chats. So
We had a couple.
Super
We had
chat break.
we had 1 super chat and we had 3 membership deals
Oh,
happening.
let's
So,
celebrate.
Garfield's
Woohoo.
Bizarre Adventure, thank you so much for your membership here on the channel. We appreciate you greatly for supporting what we do here.
Fact.
You keep the lights on. You keep our faces up here on this screen. So I don't know, maybe that's not a good pitch.
Thank you for bringing more
maybe that's
people
a
into the
deterrent.
community for the background videos that we have.
Yes, absolutely
go.
that. Absolutely that. $5 super chat from Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Who is Kanan's favorite Dirty Deeds character to draw? Ooh.
Astrid. Easy. That was easy.
Which one?
Sword.
Oh, Arad?
Oh,
Yeah.
Arad? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arad is
Yeah. I said his name wrong, but yeah, Arad. Yeah.
Arad is he's the man. He's that guy.
I thought it was Renlin because you did that one Renlin picture. I was like, damn, this is
Oh,
fire.
yeah. I mean, I like Renlin, man, but he. Oh, okay. I'll take it back. It's Tila, right? Is that her name?
Who?
Oh, see, I'm getting
Sulia?
characters wrong.
Sulia?
Jeez,
Oh,
yes.
Sulia?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
like, I
I'm
was like, wait, is this-
translate actively in real time here.
See, I have the characters' faces, but like the names, it's just like when somebody says, "Hey, you know this artist?" I don't know the artist, but I know the work. So I've
That's
drawn the
fair.
characters so many times. Like I know Beatles, I know Spingy, see, like
Felsiar?
Felsi, yeah. See, I don't know how to say his name right, but I know everybody. I know what everybody looks like. I just don't know their names that well. So, but yes, sword wielding. Like I guess the berserker, man. Like the berserker aspect of him, man. I love. He's kind of I won't say the quiet mercenary, man, but he's definitely, that berserker type guts type
Yeah.
character, man. And it's cool whenever you get to see him access the power of the sword and how it drinks the souls and the blood and gives
That's
him
a
more
good time.
power. And
Yeah.
it is a good time. Yeah,
It gives people
Very
bad
good.
days.
Yeah, it does.
bad and final days.
Yeah.
They don't need to get back up.
I
It's
don't know.
okay.
It's okay. You can stay down. You don't have a choice, by the way. But,
It's over. But yes, he is my favorite character. 100%.
He's
That's a
my
good
husband's
choice.
favorite character. I
I had
I
not
mean-
heard this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See?
I made the mistake of looking at some of the upcoming pages on my phone, and my husband was like, "I don't think the sword's big enough," and I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
The internal joke for those who are uninitiated is that Mr. Brown always wants Arad's sword, last
To be
one, to
bigger.
be 20% larger every
Yep.
time he sees it.
Yeah.
Yep. And so he saw the poster. He's like, "That's cool, man, but bigger." I was like,
Yep.
okay.
Literally,
He
yeah.
literally-
He was like, "Could you tell Kanan to make it bigger?" I was like, "You want me to tell Kanan to change his art?"
but it was a good edit, man. Like you gotta show the power, man. And I love drawing. I love the collage picture of him, where he's in the back.
That was nice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of reminds me of if you've seen Fairy Tale, I think is it Fairy Tale? No, it's oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's the kid that has the grimoire where he nullifies magic.
Elfice magic.
I see his face. Asta, I think that's his name.
That's
I
actually
don't
one
think it's one
anime
I've
I've
seen.
not seen. Hello,
Oh my
Superboy.
gosh, bro. I know, not Perfect Dark. What is it called? Anyway, there's a character in there.
Black Clover?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Black Clover. The captain. he like controls like dark and shadow, and he's like really like, hey guys, and he's kind of the gruff guy, and just kind of stays in the back, and I feel he reminds me of that character, man. Like I love those type of characters, man. They're almost like, even though they're aggressive, man, and a lot of times they're a pillar. They kind of keep everything rooted and grounded as much as possible, but at the same time, don't get it twisted. They'll end you quickly. So, long answer, but you get the point.
You got your $5 worth there, Garfield. And he's still earning. He just gifted 5 Rippaverse memberships to the chat. Thank you so much for that. So, guys, make sure if you received a gifted YouTube channel membership from Garfield, that you thank him. I want to be appreciative of that. Larry Parker, member for 11 months, uses a member super chat. This slice of pepperoni pineapples.
Oh my God.
All right. Mods, can we remove him from the chat?
No, he's right. Yeah.
Banned. No.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Thank you, Larry.
Get this guy out of here.
Thank you.
Boo this man.
Well, the real pizza lovers, please stand up.
Yeah, anyone but that man, essentially.
So mean.
Comics Dad, hey, what's going on for $5? Who is Kanan's favorite Rippaverse character overall? Not to draw, just favorite. I have so many questions for you, Kanan. Oh, okay.
Gooding. And it's funny because I kind of came to that conclusion when I was doing the little our Control Z. I just like drawing him. I don't know. Like he's like if you saw him, he's kind of be that eccentric character, and it's cool to just create his gadgets. I love drawing the suit. He's always like that guy that's just kind of like willing to help, but at the same time, man, like he's just different. He's such a different character archetype than the one I would normally like. You'd think it would be like Brian, because I'm a Superman fan, or more of the darker characters like the Horseman, or even Bloodruth. Even as much as I love Sersa and drawing Sersa, man, like Gooding, he just has something about him, man, and it's always exciting to see how how he's written, and then also when you see him, how he's attached to the various different stories and different aspects, from Bloodruth to Isom. He's kind of integral, and the dude knows the answer. Like, I always remember that scene in Bloodruth where he just shows up in the portal. It's like, who knew he had that type of tech? He knew he did. Yeah, I could track you anywhere you go, kind of thing. It's like, what? How? Kind of thing. And it's like, but I also feel like, it hasn't been tapped, but it seems like Gooding, like, he's that character, man, that would have a dark side too, because he knows everything. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like it would almost be like a Dr. Manhattan mindset.
Talking some Tower of Babel stuff right now.
Yeah, man. Like, kind of like it makes sense, to do it this way. But then it's almost like he forgets the humanity side of things. But that's where, his wife comes into play to kind of keep him almost like, so he doesn't become a Reed Richards, or it's all consuming. So yeah,
that's a good comparison right there. Actually, I like that comparison. That's pretty good. I like that. Good question. Thank you, Carmen Staff. All right, that was our super chat break for now, guys. If you guys keep putting in more, we will get to super chats again before we close out the show. So fear not.
So now we get to move into the insider behind the scenes segment. So what is something that we can share that won't make Eric suddenly show up?
Eric's too busy with baby Rippa. He's not going to show up.
Itching ears.
All of a sudden the ears are twitching, right?
He's going to appear in the chat and be like, sorry guys, busy working. What are you working on?
Yeah,
what are you working on, Eric?
Not me literally looking to see if he's in the chat right now.
I got worried. I got worried yesterday when he made that tweet, or whatever we're calling them, the post on X. And he was like feeling hella inspired. I was like, for what?
Right.
What are you feeling inspired?
What are you doing? What are you thinking? The time isn't right, Eric.
Yeah, the time isn't right. And if the time is right, please tell me who's telling you the time.
Right? Who is telling you the time right now? So tell them to stop. or we will tell them to stop. Okay, so some behind the scenes stuff. There's an appropriate one right here. The editing process on the scripts, and that process from when it goes to outline submission phase to script, passing through editorial until it gets to an artist like Kanan. That process is probably something a lot of people are interested in.
Oh, very well. Then I will let you lead that conversation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I would love to. I would love to. So, for example, guys, if on our already kind of, I guess, bench that we have of writers, or a stable of writers, we want to use some wrestling terminology there. If somebody has a story that they want to present, whether it's for a short story or for a longer one, like a graphic novel or one of our ongoings, so maybe a next arc of an ongoing, typically what will happen is said writer will submit a bit of a loose outline and pitch. Typically, we like to have that in a first, like, digestible one-page thing, right? So it's like, just give me what's the quick and dirty, what's the most important thing I need to know about this idea? Is this something that we're interested in doing, right? Okay, cool. From there, we'll get, and usually that'll have like the big story beats, right? Just the biggest things that need to happen in your acts. If there are new characters introduced, it lists those, why those characters are important, how it utilizes existing characters. That's important, because we need to know, like, hey, are these other characters that are being utilized here? One, are they characters that are already doing something else at this time? Like, are they even available? Two, is it appropriate to have that character in that story? Because that's not always the case. Sometimes you could have a writer who, maybe they're super excited to put a specific character in their story, but that character doesn't really fit into that story at the end of the day. So those of us on the editorial team, Caro, myself, we have to sometimes say, I get why you're excited about that character. I like that character too, but I don't think they fit into this story at this time for X, Y, and Z reason, right? That's important because, one, it prevents oversaturation of characters. If characters are existing in the same plane, and in the same kind of geographical location, sometimes it makes sense, right? If you have a story that's taking place in Florist Park and there's accept activity going on, it makes sense for Alpha Core to have some level of presence. They don't always have to. Again,
Right.
Florist Park is a very large city. However, it would not feel out of place for them to have a presence, even if it's small.
Right.
However, if we're having a story in Florist Park and instead, I don't know, Rinlin comes traipsing in, that wouldn't upset me, Andrew, the Rinlin fan,
Right.
but me, the wanting to maintain some continuity here in our storytelling, well, that doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense. Sorry, she's got to go back on the ship. I'll call her later, right? Things like that are important, and also where they take place, and not just geographically, but like when they take place.
Yeah.
So, how does this story slot into our timeline, right? How is that going to be something that we square up with the other stories that we have going on? Is this something that takes place in the past, like Claw and Covenant? Is this something that takes place close to an event, like the Exclave event, right? Like right now is a time where it's like it's hard to slot in new stories because we have this big event going on, at least in Florist Park. Now, other stories are still easy to tell. Dirty Deeds is not affected, right?
Yeah.
I'm great.
Yep,
I'm
you're
living my
Gucci.
best life in
You're
space.
Gucci. You're like, I don't have to deal with nothing, right? You're good.
This
You're Gucci,
continuity is your problem.
right?
That's an Earth issue.
Right. I'm over here like, yeah, my main character that I created is actually in Florist Park. This is something I do have to take into account.
That's
right.
good. Yeah.
And in fact, because of this event, I already know there are like some minor tweaks for my second planned arc. If I get to do it, I'm gonna have to do some little shifts and things to make sure it continues to align with our continuity, because that's important. You
Yeah.
can have a well planned out story, but if something gets introduced into the world building ahead of that, you have to either really square that up and make it make sense, or you have to adjust,
Yep.
right? And it's important to be willing to make those adjustments for the sake of the greater good, the greater continuity. But from that one pager, then we start to build out a more fleshed out outline, right? This is where now we really need to know, what are the more fine details of this story? How are those going to impact our world? What are the things that are introduced into here, right? We need to know what are like kind of the power levels of characters that we're dealing with here, because that's something that we don't want to have become a problem later on. Like, did a character get introduced that all of a sudden this character has way blown out of proportion powers, right? Where it's like, this creates a bit of an issue here, right? We just ratcheted up our power scaling tremendously and too soon. We're in year 4, or about to be in year 4. In year 15, maybe we can think about getting to that level, but we're not there yet, guys. Like, we're not.
So we don't have a living tribunal, or
No living tribunal.
the one above all. Yeah.
Yeah, no Scarlet Witch, right? Like, we're take it easy, right? Like, no Superman Prime 1 million.
Right.
So you gotta take it easy, and that's important because it paces your storytelling, and it paces your world building. Because if you go too much too soon, you inevitably fall into the trap of having to constantly try and outdo yourself. And when you get into that cycle, you can't get out of it.
Yeah.
That you're stuck in that now, because now your audience has an expectation, and it's very rare, though not 100% unheard of, but very rare for a character to be kind of like reset from a place of just being completely crazy overpowered for years and years and years, and then scaled down, right? Because you've set an audience expectation already, right? Now you have your audience saying, well, they can do all of these things. Why can they all of a sudden not do all of these things?
Yeah.
Right. And that's tricky. And Carol, I'm sure that you can probably speak to that a little bit in terms of like making sure that there's a continuity to what characters can do, so as to not like, like outdo yourself in terms of the scaling for your power levels, but also making sure that the fans aren't like, well, wait, why is all this? It feels like a matter of convenience, right? It feels contrived.
Yeah, I mean, usually what happens is, like, I'll see a character and I'll be like, I don't remember them being able to do this, and so then I'll go to the series Bible that the Saska sisters maintain, and I'll like go through it, and I'll be kind of like, yeah, I don't see this ability on here, right? And then I'll reach out to the person in question outside of Eric, because it's Eric's universe. But I'll be kind of like, hey, my man, I think wires got crossed. This thing that you're trying to do right here is not something that the character can do. Maybe we can workshop it into something that actually works. And usually there's like a resolution that can come out of that. But yeah, the series Bible that the twins maintain is usually where I go to first if I'm kind of like, this doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know why this is a thing right now. Or in some cases, because I can't bring myself to reread every Rippaverse book. I'm sorry, guys. I'll like go to Andrew. I'll be like, Andrew, like, I remember this one thing in Great War happened with this character. Like, what was it that happened again? And Andrew will be like a couple minutes later, because he'll actually go grab the book and then look at it and send me pictures of it. I'll be like, okay,
I'll literally reach into my Rippaverse short boxes here if I don't know it for certain off the top of my head, and even if I do, I like to still like trust but verify. Right. So I'll still, because I have the resources here, I grab it and I at least remember well enough what book I need to refer to, and probably roughly where, if not exactly where in that book I need to refer to it. So I just double check that, and I can.
So part of why I do this, because I don't have Great War on me. I do have all the ISOMs. I have the Yaira. I have Gooding. And I have Acronym Chronicles and the zines. That's all I have here. And my books, obviously, but that's for different reasons.
I see.
Granted, I
Nice.
am also the kind of person because like sometimes like Evan will like turn in pages and I'll look at them and I'll be like, what dialogue did I write on this page? I gotta go pull up my own script and be like, what did I write?
Yeah, man. Yep.
This was like
That's
a year
important.
ago. I forgot.
No, for sure, for sure. But from that outline, then if that outline is approved, no other changes need to be made at that point. Then we'll approve the writer to actually write the full script.
GD's right. GD's right.
Well,
What did you
say the
say?
omnibus. Yeah,
I actually do have the omnibus.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
heavy. This is
Is it-
heavy. I like use it
Yeah.
for in the gym. Come
You
on.
have superpowers, honestly.
Yeah, this
if
isn't meant
you're
for
an
reading.
expert.
It's meant for working out. I was told it was impossible to do this. I guess I'll just keep doing it.
Indeed. That's great. That's great. Yeah, we'll approve
Sometimes
the
I'm
writer
lazy.
to do a full script from there. And then Caro and I will do our passes. We call them red line passes. Like if there's something
Yeah.
that needs to be tweaked, we will go into the Word documents, kind of like editor mode, so that we can, because what that does, for those who are not familiar, it allows us as editors to write our suggested changes or deletions or whatever. And then it still maintains what was written there initially by the writer. And it allows them to see what the changes were. And then we'll shoot those back to the writer. And then they'll make the changes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we continue on until we have a dialed in script to make sure that we've got things like continuity, things like power scaling, things like dialogue optimization, right? All of those things before it gets to the artist. God bless you.
Thank you. And any editing that happens after that is usually when the letter is like, I can't fit the letters on the page. And we're like, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What could possibly be the solution?
You edit it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I'm kind of like, make it work. I think the big time we ran into that was actually with Bone God.
Yeah.
There was a lot of dialogue.
Yeah, that was a
involved.
lot of work.
Bless Mahler.
Mahler.
He wrote a wonderful radio drama that we tried to convert into a comic. That's what happened.
Yep. Those who are familiar with his videos and how verbose he can be, that carries over into his writing.
But it was very good.
But it was very well written. It was
Yeah.
absolutely very well written. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people liked Bone God. A lot of people want more Bone God.
It was like the top one in the survey that we sent out. Everybody was like Bone God, and I was like, okay, well, I guess the people like Bone God. The people have spoken. How many was it? Like 1,000 something people. Yeah.
I forget how many people submitted the survey, but I just remember that I think it was Bone God and One Little Push wound up being overall the top two. Yeah.
Let's see,
And then the
Bone God.
rest were like super bipolar after that. I was kind of like, it was an interesting like sociology experiment for me to
Yeah.
kind of like see what everybody's feedback on that was, because not everybody that bought Saints and Sinners is actually like a pure Rippaverse fan. Like they're fans of
Yeah.
like everybody else that was part of the anthology.
Correct.
And so we got to kind of sample like their reading preferences as well. So that was delightful.
Yeah, it was a really interesting
Bone God was
experiment.
probably a Rippaverse actual like true kind of horror.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
like kind of like not was it The Evil Dead or something. You know, it's kind of in that vein, or The
Mhm.
Conjuring. It was kind of like one of those. So I can see why
Oh,
people would actually gravitate toward that type of story. You know, because it kind of had all those beats in it. So
Yeah.
the visuals was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Will probably drew the best work of his career in that.
I agree.
That was amazing. Yeah, watching Will turn in pages, and I was like, "Wow, look at Will go!" Like I knew
I
he
was
was
like, wow.
talented.
People can do this. Like,
Yeah.
It was very
it was
good.
super impressive. Super impressive. But yeah, that's the general editorial process in terms of scripting, which is fun when you have to do that with a lot of scripts
Mhm.
in a short
Like
period of time.
Andrew and I have to do like 4 scripts this week.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we'll do it. We'll make it
I'll
through.
do mine tomorrow. I know the one. There's one that we need to do like now, and I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That one, that's the unannounced one.
Oh.
we have to do
Yeah.
it now, like right now, like stop everything and read these words.
Oh, gotta end the stream. Sorry. Good night, everybody.
Okay, bye, we're out.
This is cut out.
Mr. Frosty, stop asking for Zaylin. I see you thirsty in the chat. Oh my goodness, calm down, sir.
He's
Calm
a
down.
large Zaylin fan. Yeah, he's a big Zaylin fan. Which I can't blame him. Zaylin was a fantastic book, but Zaylin is also one of those books where, because of like what he introduces in terms of power scaling, he kind of has to be doing his own thing.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
We don't. You're not going to be seeing a Zaylin and Horseman team up anytime soon.
Damn,
that's
crazy.
That's like. That would be like if I don't know.
That would be like somehow Hector found himself in space. He's just like, he's trying to chase like some crime outside of Florida Park, and then suddenly he stumbles onto a spaceship and it takes him away, and he has no idea what's going on. Then suddenly he finds himself in front of Zaylin, and Zaylin's like, "What kills must die," and he's like, "Not before I get you." And then it just turns into like this giant fight of Hector being like, "I don't know how giant it would be."
Yeah, I don't know how giant it would be. I will say this though. Hector kills a lot of people.
Yeah.
No.
What kills must die.
Yeah.
It's just like, Punisher versus like Orion, the new guy.
Right? Yeah.
Like it's not that's not gonna happen.
It's just not. Yeah.
That would have to be like a joke comic, because then I would step in and be like, Zaylin, I'm sorry, I have to fourth wall. You can't actually kill Hector.
You just see a drawn hand like pick up Zaylin by the cape and move him out of the book.
You go, like you see the writer like, all right, guys. Now we really know that Hector really
we know he deserves it because of what he does, but we're just gonna take him back.
We kind of let him do his own thing over there. Every now and then we'll slap his wrist.
Yeah. Don't worry, we got it. It'll be fine.
He'll be okay. We'll make it work.
Actually, would be awesome though. That's hilarious. Like
I would not, however, mind some fan art by Joe, like a nice, cool, big pinup splash that has Hector, Zaylin, and Brian. So, like the three biggest characters that he draws.
Picture first. I need mine. Joe promised me a shirtless Hector. I'm waiting for my picture. Okay. Really? He might do it for my birthday. I don't know.
Shameless.
With helmet or no helmet?
With helmet.
It has to be with a helmet.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Absolutely shameless.
That's it.
And then we need to get Eric to actually make like the helmet replica. We have to keep hazing him, guys.
We got to bully him into doing the replica helmet.
That would be awesome though. A replica helmet, dude.
I know Eric's always like fake news. I'm like, no, we can make it real news.
We'll make it real news. Along with the Spingy plushie, a Bloodruth hat.
Oh, that Bloodruth hat would sell.
Sometimes the fans, could 3D print and like make a mock-up and be like, hey guys, I made a 3D printed helmet of Horseman. Isn't that cool?
I would buy it. Be like, how much is that? $350? How much you want? $550? Like, what do you want?
I mean, hey, now people do it, man. Spider-Man masks, Red Hood, like all that. They 3D printed and go for it, man. But it would be sweet to have a replica helmet, man. That'd be crazy.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, absolutely would be cool.
We need another we need another Horseman logo hat.
Yes.
We do. I know we did the second one we did was the title logo, right? But people
with the chest piece, man.
People love the symbol, right? The symbol, t-shirts, symbol, hats, like that. Comic fans, we wear that crap all the time.
Yeah,
right.
I had two of those hats. They were mine,
and both were stolen from you.
Yeah, both were stolen. Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you, Kane. So I went to a family, reunion during Christmas, right?
It was family too?
Yeah. And so I had one of the hats. Of course, like my dad looked at my hat. He's like, "That's a nice hat," which is code for like, "I want that hat." So I was like, "Okay, here we go. Have the hat." I have two.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But but then my grandpa gets whatever he wants because he's like, almost 90, right?
Yeah.
And so I had my second Horseman hat, and he was like, "I really like that hat," and I was like, "Okay, I guess here you go."
Yeah, you go.
But also at the exact same gathering, I had a different shawl, and of course, like my Nana shows up, and she's like, "I love your shawl. That shawl is so pretty." It's like, "Nana, do you want my shawl?" And she's like, "I could never take your shawl," and I was like, "Okay, so you really want it?" So I just like put it on her. I was like, "Let's see what it looks like on you." She's like, "Oh my goodness, it looks so good," and I was like, "Okay, you touched it last. It's yours."
Yeah.
Well, see, at least his family like giving of a gift. So I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like somebody like stole it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's not like it got lifted. It just
yeah.
got
because technically my family did lift it from me, but
it got repossessed.
yeah. But more than likely, what will happen is when my
Borrowed for
grandfather
extended
passes
loyalty.
on, he'll hand me his hat collection. That's what happens because he used to be a trucker, so everywhere he went, he got like hats from everywhere. So I'm looking forward to acquiring the legendary hat.
You're gonna need a
collection.
larger hat rack.
I can, I got plenty of wall space right here. I'll just add it right here. It's fine.
Okay. So I feel like you're gonna have to somehow find a way to incorporate the hat rack into your streaming setup.
Oh, should I?
Yeah, you should, because
Yeah,
it's kind of Carol lore at this point. The woman of many hats.
I do wear many hats, as in like I own 50 baseball hats.
Yes.
Yes. See, it's like the shoe collection, but hats. Yeah, you gotta have it in the shop.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
work. Okay, I'll completely redesign the office so that I can show off
make
the
it work.
hats. Just
Who needs the TV in the background, right?
I don't even turn it on anymore. It used to be handy when I actually had the desk pointed this way, because then I would put on like whatever stream I was usually watching, and it would play over here while I was working on my monitors and being Oracle.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, I think that covers that bit. Oh, Rippa Ponderings is the next segment.
Has anybody heard of any time Eric says I've been pondering? This section.
This is literally actually us asking you.
Yeah,
questions.
have you heard anything?
What has Eric been saying? Because Eric streams before I get up. Though actually, almost all last week, I kept waking up like almost 2 hours early, and then Eric would be live, and I'd be like, "Okay, I guess I'll listen in." I wouldn't be active in the chat. I was just kind of like
floating.
Is he dropping any NDAs right now? Is he mentioning any releases that I don't know about right now?
Yeah, because I play him on the phone. Of course, my husband's like, "Are you listening to him right now?" I was like, "Yes," because who knows what he's gonna say.
Yeah,
we don't. The
time could be right.
He always knows if I'm around because he'd be like, "Kara, are you in the chat?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm here. What's up?" And he's like, "Remember to email so and so for me." I was like, "I'm emailing them right now."
Yeah. It does happen. So yes, chat, please let us know. Has Eric had any Rippa ponderings lately? This is important information because inquiring minds want to know. And it's me. I'm inquiring minds.
I think the only thing I've heard him ponder about are release dates, which we have coming out this week, I think. Yeah, so that's one thing I've heard him ponder about. And then the other thing I've heard him ponder about is what was it? He said it the other day. I've been trying to get him pondering about Young Isom. So that's like me trying to get him to ponder. It's like, you should think about this.
Everybody's been trying to get him to ponder about Young Isom.
Yeah. Yes, young Isom.
I feel like we should acknowledge this one super chat that came in.
Yes.
We're about to. Yeah, we are about to. Absolutely. So
we need a horn.
Yeah, we'll hit that one, and then honestly, we may as well get the other supers that came in before it right after.
Let's do it, and then we can open it up to the Q&A for the chat because I see you guys keep asking questions, even though I said we were going to do that at the end. So we'll do that.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that for sure. So from Raider 0369,
crazy mofo,
85 and 4 random pennies, but I'm not mad about it. Super chat. Holy Spark. That's crazy, man. Thank you so much. I can't quite imitate Eric's like bombastic, kicking the saloon doors open presence. So you'll just have to use your imagination there. But I appreciate you so very much. That is incredible support. That is.
Thank you.
Wow, man. Thank you. Genuinely. Sincerely, bless you.
One of my favorite people.
Yes.
Gives great hugs too.
That's great. That's fantastic. I love it. Member chat from Mustafa. Been member for 1 month. What if Dirty Deeds crew lands in Bromhouse?
I guess maybe I can find out more about Bromhouse.
That would be one way to find more about Bromhouse.
It's like I seem to have landed in a place I don't know about.
Eric, please tell me about said place.
Otherwise, I'm going to make it up.
Yeah, and then it's your problem. Thank you, Mustafa, for the super chat. Appreciate that.
Thank
And
you.
for the ideas. Room of requirement. Thank you, Mary.
And it's
$10.
gold. It's gold. Look at that.
10 gold is fantastic. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I like gold.
Do you like gold?
I like gold quite a lot in my character designs.
Oh.
It is known.
It is.
As it would be said in Game of Thrones, it is known. Zephyr is a more heart of gold personality than we've seen populate the Rippaverse so far. Can we look forward to more youthful optimism in Rippaverse in the future?
Maybe.
I would say there is certainly space for it.
Indeed.
I would say that I would like to do more, as it is kind of my, I would say, kind of my wheelhouse. I have some other plans that they're characters that I don't know if I would call Heart of Gold specifically, but they play in the same area. And they might play or not play well with said quipping, fast-beated, footed
Zeph
little guy.
Yep.
So, maybe. I know that it's important to have a balance in your world when it comes to populating a universe. If you want your universe to have a little bit of actual diversity, you don't want all the characters to sound the same in their characterization and their voice, the character voice, any more than you want them to all look the same.
True.
Right? It's very important to have that diversity of characterization.
Yep.
So that's something I would definitely like to explore more of, and I'm sure there's plenty of space for that, because we do have a lot of darker characters in our universe right now, and they're fun, they're cool.
Yes,
it's gotta have a little bit of balance. That's one of the reasons why I decided to create Zephyr. I was like, all right, we need a little bit of spark of levity here. We need some optimism. Where's my Boy Scout? Where's my, he's not Superman, but like with Superman, like when you close the book, you should be filled with a little bit of optimism, a little bit of hope, right?
Yeah.
Something aspirational. That's why I created Zephyr. I mean, so hopefully you guys will have to let me know if you've pre-ordered Arcstream False Start #1. You'll have to let me know if I succeeded in that goal. And that is a puppy.
I have several, yes.
As no, you do have several. I like puppy.
I have seen some titles on the horizon where I was like, this looks suspiciously like kid content.
There is some very kid friendly or kid aimed content coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, I think what's happening, because some of them have Eric's name next to him. I think he's just been reading like the books to Baby Rippa and
to Baby
like,
Rippa.
I can do better, right?
Yeah,
it will inspire you, man.
Mhm.
Children will definitely inspire your creativity. I remember he said that in one of his videos, man. It inspire your creative ambitions and focus and stuff. So I'm not surprising, man, that he's starting to think more, incorporating more like kid friendly and children's books and stuff, because they're needed too.
I've got one kid book that's really nice. Maybe you can tell us about it, Kanan.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Yes. That is
oh snap.
Yeah, that's my oldest. That's her first published book. And
let me unreverse myself while you talk about it.
It was basically created out of like how to deal with grief and children, particularly how they process the the idea of losing someone. So it's written from the perspective of the child on the back, his grandmother, and she basically knitted him this sweater, and the sweater kind of takes you through the different seasons, and each season represents a stage of grief. And so by the time the child gets to the spring, it's kind of like he's released like all the pain and all that went in, and then it's like a rebirth and a reawakening of just how much his grandma loved him, and how much it's okay to grieve and then move on, and and grow from it, and you realize that she's still there, even though she's not there physically. She left you essences and pieces of who she is. And so, yeah, I mean, that was her story. That was her original concept. You can get on Amazon, man, but it's
really nice. I like
amazing.
it. Keenan slipped it while we were having a one-on-one. I was like, what's the name
And
of that thing again?
she has such a unique style, man. Like, and it's just
refined.
It's definitely.
I'll show it.
Yep. Definitely for children, man. Like you said, that's not really something that's kind of visually expressed, man. How do kids deal with loss? Of course, you got your parents and all your outlets, man, but they deal with it in so many different ways, and so having something like that book, can just be kind of like an aid. And that was her idea with it. So yeah, thank you for Carol. I have to tell her you bought it. That's awesome.
Bought it like right after we had that talk. I was like, it was like I was on Amazon being like,
yeah. That's awesome.
No, it's beautiful. I love it. Oh, he muted himself. What about now?
There you go.
Huge congrats to your eldest for that. That is fantastic.
Thank you.
Not everybody can get a book published.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that. It takes a lot of work, a lot of luck, a lot of good timing.
Yeah.
Right. Is there
networking?
Yeah. There's so many moving parts into getting a book published, let alone into people's hands.
And so she did it while she was in school. She was in her senior year. That was her senior project.
Why not do stuff on hard mode? Let's do that.
Yeah, let's just do it on extra hard mode. Why not? Good golly. So that's even more impressive.
Yep.
Oh man. That's awesome. Another $10 super chat from Garfield's Bizarre Adventure. Thank you so much for that. In fact, that would be a cool concept in general. What would each character wear at a Norfolk? I feel like this is part of something else.
He said earlier that he would love for Kanan to do a picture of Dirty Deeds at a Norfolk concert.
Oh, okay. Now I got context. In fact, that would be a cool concept in general. What would each character wear at a Norfolk concert, whether it's Avery, Gooding, Bloodrath, Hector, Braxwell, etc.?
It's
a good question.
Well, if Dirty Deeds did show up for a Norfolk concert, it'd be kind of funny if they just showed up as is.
They would have to make Felsier wear a shirt. He'd be like, "Why am I wearing?" Like,
right.
what?
He'd
be like, "It's like, do you want to wear a jacket too?" And he'd be like, "No." And it's like, people want you to wear a jacket. Have you tried wearing a jacket? And he's like, "No, I don't want to wear a jacket. I want to be exposed."
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody's response would be like, "Whoa, who are these people?" It's like, yeah.
And he wouldn't mind the attention.
Could you imagine like them going through like security and they're kind of like, "Do you have any weapons on you?" And like, Sule would be like, "Yes." Be like, "Is this a trick question? Do you
right. Of course I do. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, the freaking rifle on the back. You got Arad with the sword on the back. It's like, did you actually ask me that question?
Like, sir, we're gonna need your sword. No.
No one wants the sword.
Yeah. Which, guys, if you want to learn more about the Dirty Deeds crew, you should pre-order Jailbreak.
Yeah, do that.
You learn a lot more about all of them.
Are you done editing it yet?
Almost on my second pass.
Did you like it? I'm sorry. We're gonna take a moment. Did you like it?
My favorite one wound up being not what I thought it would be.
Is it one you can say?
I could say it, but my favorite wound up being Sulia and Arad.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
So dope, and you described it so well that I could see it as though it was a graphic novel.
Okay, perfect. We like that.
So guys, if you're fans of the cars, not Vroom Vroom, Arad and Sulia, you need to get Jailbreak.
Yeah.
You absolutely need to get Jailbreak. And then that opens up for us to do more, Rippaverse character novels.
That's awesome.
If this one continues to do well. It's already done very well. So I would like to see us be able to do more. Because I'd like to I'd like to see Chuck do like a freaking Horseman like novel.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah.
Not to talk more about me, but like my favorite thing I wrote was the first time that Felsier and Sule had a conversation together. That was my favorite.
Yeah, that's these. You get so much more context about the Dirty Deeds crew if you read this novel. Like it's already, the characters are already written well, that you don't have to read the novel to know kind of the dynamics. But it's like one of those things where when you do read it, all of a sudden deeper layers to the characters' dynamics
That's good.
come into play. And then on rereads because then I wound up like rereading issue 1 and then the script for issue 2, and I was like, oh, you sneaky. I was like, you sneaky snake.
Yeah, and I did promise Discord for all the people that bought the book but can't read that I would have a read along. So at some point, like in Discord, I will just like be reading the novel, and it will probably take me a year to do because I know you guys will interrupt and start asking, like talking to each other.
Yeah, it'll go off the rails and rabbit trail pretty frequently, I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Good question.
I am pleased. You may continue to work here.
Oh, that's good. I like having a job, specifically my job. But I think it would be most fun to just have a lot of these characters show up in their actual normal attire. A lot of them aren't like that type of person that would be like the concert going individual that, gets all in whatever, like if people go to a rock concert or whatever, all of a sudden they start putting on the cut off shirts and the maybe some more like destroyed jeans and whatnot. Though Ian would do that. Ian would do that if he was going to an Africa concert.
It's funny. Each of the characters have somebody connected to him that probably would go. Like Altona probably like bring Avery. Like, come on, man, just hang out.
You need to get out.
Let off.
It's time to leave the ranch, and you need to socialize. Touching grass in a different way.
Gina would be like, come on, man. He'd be like, I got work to do. No, come on. Let's do something different.
This isn't the soup kitchen. We're going to go do music. And I know it's not jazz, but, we're trying to branch out.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I could see Blood Ruth. What's his name? The guy that...
Crowley?
Yeah, he's
Crowley?
like, come on, yeah. He would go just because, it's like, I want to do something cool. So yeah,
I mean, he can never leave the castle, right?
Right.
He'd be like calling. He's like, "Do you think you could have the concert here? I know technology doesn't work here, but maybe we can do it like old school."
Right,
we'll do an a cappella and acoustic,
It's awesome
without any amps. But hey, we got all this,
We'll scry it in.
Good space. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, just use magical sound amplifiers.
Yeah.
Why not? If there's a spell for that in Harry Potter, you can do it.
This is what he would do. He would make Blood Ruth go to find a way to project the concert to him in the castle. That's what would happen.
Yeah,
probably.
100%. That's awesome.
Probably. That'd be funny. Okay.
Zaylen would just show up. Zaylen doesn't need a reason. He would just be like, I'm here. And then he would be
God forbid he shows up at a death metal concert and then thinks like everybody's going to start killing people.
Dude, that was like,
he'd be looking at that he'd be looking at that mosh pit, being kind of like, just do it, just do it, one of you.
I've got my eyes on you.
He's the bouncer. That's what it is. He's the bouncer.
Valid into Takari, man, they would be able to sense him. He was like, okay, who is this? This power level. He was like, whoa. It was like, so that would definitely be an interesting.
That would be funny. It's like, why are you here? He'd be like, I came for the vibes. And they're like, okay, that's cool.
I came for the vibes. That's great. That's pretty
vibes
funny.
We shall provide.
That's pretty funny. Great question.
I think we missed a couple.
Oh, we got another one right here. Let's see. I think that's the next one. Yes, indeed it is. I'm writing my own comics universe. Came up with a speedster named Zephyr. The next day, the zine debuted. Introducing your Zephyr. Oh no! Sorry. Well, is the character's real name Zephyr? Is the character's hero name Zephyr? Like Zephyros, the god of the West Wind. Something to think about, maybe. So yeah, thank you for the $5 super chat. Screaming in vain. Your $5 were not in vain. They went to us. Scorpio or for Tech, $20 super chat. My goodness gracious, thank you. Speaking of gooding, issue number 1 when? Mecha heroes
that I
are
have
super
heard of
cool.
Pondering. That I've heard a pondering about.
So there's a pondering on
There's a
some
pondering
more
about
gooding.
getting number one. Yeah.
We do need more gooding. We do
Yes.
need more gooding.
I like this one
he's a cool
question.
character.
Rippaverse event that's called a bad day. I think that's a good comment.
We can move past that one.
Oh.
I agree, Carol. Let's unpack that.
If you want to unpack that, get the Rippazine collection. You can. So let's do a Q&A here.
Did we get everybody?
I think we got all the super chats.
Okay.
I think I got all this. I'll double check right now, but oh, okay. So I missed that first $5 one that the follow up to Garfield's Bizarre Adventure one was. Yeah, so that was the one that you mentioned. He needs Kanan to draw dirty deeds hanging out at Norfolk Concert. Okay. But I think that was the only one that I missed.
All right, I'm just trying to make sure that we heard y'all, guys. I'm trying to be better. Usually I
We're
just
trying.
let Andrew guide, like Andrew do what he does, and I'm like, that seems nice. Yeah.
And she's like, I don't trust him. Let's trust but verify.
I've been streaming more, guys. I'm almost like an actual streamer, and I'm going to streams. I'm going to another one after this because I don't need to sleep apparently, but that's
what's
fine.
Sleep? Wow, your bedtime's like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, this stream starts at 9.
Oh, oof. Rough.
9 o'clock is like
that sucks.
9 a.m. for me. It's just the nights.
You don't sleep.
I do.
No, you don't. That is a lie. Okay, I will never forget the one time I had to wake up at 3 a.m. to talk to somebody in Germany for a week, and I was like, "It's it. I'm going to be the first one to check in at work. It's going to be great." And so I went to go check in. You were already checked in at 2:30.
You know what I mean?
He cheated. I
take a lot of naps. Let's put it that way.
And then the one time I did cheat, I was like, I'll just schedule the message so that way it looks like I was there, right? And then you were there at 1. I couldn't even win when I cheated.
I mean,
I could never win against you, Kanan.
I'm sorry, Carol. I'm an early bird.
I just think you sleep during the day and you're just up all night. That's what I think.
I mean, I take naps. I'm a napper. I'm a nap guy.
A napper.
Yeah. So
he time travels. That's what he meant to say.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
There's 2 of me.
Oh, because every time I talk about taking a nap, I'm like, I time traveled. Because it sounds way cooler because it's like I closed my eyes and then my subconscious moved into the future. Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right. I do see that there's one question already there.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
For you, Andrew, you've been chosen.
I've been chosen by the claw?
Yeah,
okay.
We have 45 minutes of this. It will be quite delightful, everyone.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. It's this one by Chimera.
If you guys put a Q in front of your question, it will help us find it faster.
Oh, yeah. Please. Yeah. That would be super helpful. We can locate it more quickly in the chat thing. All right. Question for Andrew. What's a writer's method that helps you craft the foundation of a character's main story arc? That's a fantastic question. I think it really depends on, first, what my goals for that character are as a person in general. What is this character's purpose in my world? And therefore, I can now craft the stories around him to continue to push towards that goal. So the stories for Zephyr are going to have, lessons about, the consequences of rushing into things, about jumping the gun, which I think that pairs well with the speedster very naturally, but also the fact that he's a teenager. So when you're young, you make a lot of stupid decisions. You can be a little rash. You can be a little, even if you're a good kid, you can make bad decisions, even with the best of intentions. I want his stories to imbue people with hope. I want it to feel optimistic. And so knowing that those are my character goals, I can then say, okay, what can I do now to facilitate those goals in this particular arc? And that's going to evolve over time as the character grows, because you don't want to keep characters stagnant in their growth, right? You don't want them to always be in the same place. That's boring. And it gets monotonous. Readers, at least I know for me, if a character has been going on for 30, 40, 50 years, but they kind of still feel like they're in the same place that they were 25 years ago with no real character growth, that's not a dynamic character. You have a statue there, essentially, not a character, not a person, because we evolve as people based on our experiences. As we take in new information, we then react differently to the things that happen to us. And so I would say that the tip would be to ask yourself, what is your goal for this character? What is the purpose of this character? Then you can start to think about, okay, with that in mind, how do I want to go about crafting a story that enables those goals?
It's good.
Carol, if you have any additional commentary or critique on that answer, you're welcome. You're the more accomplished writer than I.
Oh, I don't know about accomplished.
What?
Helps you craft the foundation of a character main story arc. I mean, there's obviously the lie that they tell themselves. In some cases, it could be like, I'm not, I'm not worthy of love. Nobody wants me around. It's that self-negative talk that we give ourselves. For one really good example is from, and I always talk about this book all the time. So, but Harry Dresden Stormfront, written by Jim Butcher, right? Like he starts off with, I'm not good enough, right?
Yeah.
And so it's him basically combating I'm not good enough while, going through the conflict, the story, the plot, and overcoming everything, and then actually being acknowledged for being, not only enough, but enough to, join the ranks again, right? Because he's kind of like on probation. They're kind of like, all you have to do is just fuck up one time. We're gonna, and he's kind of like, oh, right? Like, that's his life. So he's got like external threats. He's got his own self-esteem. But at the end of the day, even though he has like that internal monologue of like, I'm not good enough, he pushes through it because at the end of the day, his moral compass of trying to help other people is really what pushes him forward. And so that would be like the external conflict. Another thing, and this is kind of something I talk about lightly, but it's also very useful. It's the universal fantasy that your character represents for your reader. So for example, women sometimes like to go to chick flicks because they like to see women do badass things and be empowered, and it kind of like, gives them a little something, right? Women also really like to read romance novels about a woman being whisked away into a castle where this person just happens to be wealthy, and every servant is just happy that she's there, and they tell her how beautiful she is and all this other stuff. And you'll find a lot of women who like those stories are stay-at-home moms who feel unappreciated, and they just want somebody to take them away from their life, right? So whatever the universal fantasy that your character kind of represents is also something that you can take into account. I want to say for me on that front, not to do a self-plug, but my first book, Queen of Swords and Silence, the universal fantasy that I had in there was I always have a friend, right? Because I grew up as a single child in a troubled household. I moved a lot. I didn't have any siblings growing up. My sister is actually 16 years younger than me, and we've never met technically. It's like, sometimes we talk to each other on Facebook, and that's about the extent of our interactions. But to me, always having a friend was like a super appealing thing. Like the Sasuke's give me shit for this. It's like, how are you going to stick a mandatory person in this person's head? It's like, let me tell you about it because I can make it happen, right? So that's something for me because, it's just a lonely thing. And I mean, you guys can think about it. Like go through one of your favorite stories and ask yourself what the fantasy in that is. A lot of people like Punisher because they just want justice to happen when justice is too busy being like red taped all the time. And this guy's like, fuck it, I'm going to kick in the door and get it done. Right.
Yeah.
So there's a universal fantasy in that too.
That's good.
But those would be my two things. But Kanan, you are also a storyteller.
The visual side. Yeah. I mean, I guess being cinematic as possible. Like, for me, especially when handling action scenes, like if I ever do a script and I ever extend a page, it's usually when it's centered around action because, I got kind of like fed up with, if a character was supposed to be a expert martial artist, ninja type individual, and you show them, I'll just say Wolverine, for example, he's supposed to be this martial artist expert in several disciplines, but they never show it. And to this day, they never show it. He just slashes his way through everything. So for me, when you get a script and it talks about certain levels of action, show it. I know there's a page that you show me of a story that was like by Evan was like perfect. I was like, that's that's how you should do it. Like, show the combat, show the skill. So I like to really make the scene feel alive. So I just use, for example, Sersa, because that's what everybody's seen. The first one in the Ripazine, you know, she fought the bodyguard. You know, I wanted it to read, because originally it was like Sersa fights the person and knocks him out, yada yada, and so it was very descriptive, but at the same time it was more so like it's supposed to take place in 1 or 2 panels. I was like, no man, I like that, but let's expand on that. And so, you know, you see her and you can actually feel the strikes, the block, strike, blam, blam, you know, and so, and then, you know, carries on to the next scene where she eventually grabs her by the face. First, she does her kick, you know, kicks her in the head, grabs her face. And so it's this whole sequential moment that you can follow, and the beats should be like doom, 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 doom. It shouldn't drag, you know, like, okay, you know, you get stuck and stuff. It should feel fast paced. And so, when storytelling in that aspect, in the action moments, I like to show the details. In the quiet moments, I like to show it usually in like a you know, a series of images. And a lot of the ways you can do that as an artist is when you lay out your panels, you can do the widescreen, almost like widescreen effect. So instead of just your typical boxes or, you know, little individual boxes, you can use the whole page and like break it up into like usually like 5 or 6 panels in widescreen almost, and it gives that cinematic feel. And that works with the action as well as the quiet moments. Like there is a book that I worked on called Niobe She Tribe, and at the beginning it's Niobe and she's with her mom and she's doing her hair. And so one of the things I did, I had my daughter, she was doing my youngest hair at the time. I was like, Olivia, you know, let me see your hands, because I wanted to be accurate. So I showed, you know, and I drew her braiding her hair, because she was braiding feathers, which, you know, has significance. So she's braiding these feathers in Niobe's hair, and, you know, it's pulling, and she's like, oh, you know, kind of thing. And she's talking to her mom, and the whole thing is you didn't really see her mom because her mom was no longer alive. So this was like a past moment. But those cinematic moments, those quiet times are just as crucial, where, you know, you want to zoom in on the character, or, you know, show wide shots, or, you know, like do, you know, the various things to really show, like if it's a moment of solitude. You can do that when you show scale, for example, like if you show somebody walking across like a frozen tundra, zoom out and you actually see the character really small, and then this vast land, and you're like, it really lets you realize like just how desolate and isolated that character is. So there's always tricks of the trade, man. So but yeah, that's kind of how I handle those 2 types, you know, the quiet moments and the action. So yeah,
That's great. That's great. Great answer.
Thank you.
I think that that question got its
It's
got
what.
its money's worth and then some. Now, if I could only find where it is, so I could highlight the next question. Okay, here we go. All right. Um, sure, I can quickly ask. Do you guys read chat? Can we ask questions? Yes, in fact, we are doing
Yes.
that right now.
Okay, good job, guys. Okay, that one was easy. So the next
Yep.
one. Also
Here we
by
go.
Nate.
Yes, also by Nate. Nate in the Loop. Question: what's a comic arc that started off really great, but the ending left you disappointed? Oh wow.
Doomsday
Sonic.
Clock.
Ah,
I like how Kane and I were like,
You're right. Yeah. For
dudes.
me, dude, come on, bro. That was the wackest ending ever.
But
to me.
it's a very Superman ending though.
No, but it
Like
was.
the characterization there is good, but I will say that it
Was
took
it though?
so long. It took so long to
Like,
come out that it felt like nobody cared anymore. It also wasn't technically aligned with the timeline anymore at that point.
yeah, like, and then
It
I
was
think
just like
that's
this. Why do we even have this here anymore?
yeah, like that. That's kind of why it felt for me. That's why I felt like I was vibing with it. You know, those who read the Doomsday story arc in DC, I was vibing with it when Batman found the pin. It was like, oh my god, he's, you know, this is the the Watchmen universe, and oh my god, they're bringing it all in, and it started off, and I mean the art, Jason Fabok, it was
there,
like
there you go. It's just being able to pull the source material out. That's why I messaged him.
I do this all the time on streams.
I mean, it started out so good, man, and then it was just like you said, time, and then it became irrelevant. They had so many like reboots and readjustments by the time it was over, so none of it made sense, and then it became like an Elseworld type thing, and it really didn't have anything. You didn't have any impact in the DC universe, and so it was kind of like that was a waste. And then the ending was just like, what? Like he made his weird version of Clark Kent with a freaking Manhattan symbol, and it was like the end. I was like, okay, that was dumb.
Oh, actually, I want to change my answer now that I think about it.
So yeah, that was mine.
Yeah. What did you change your answer to?
Well, it was originally Sonic because they did that timeline change thing where they got rid of Sally Acorn, and I was very invested in.
They got rid of all the characters that were connected with Ken Penders, is what they did.
Yeah, well, it makes me upset because I was very invested. Like my emotions were high, and then everything I cared about was gone. So now I'm upset. Yeah. But I actually want to change it to, I can't remember which run it is. But it's the Punisher run where they sent him into an alternate universe, right? After making him talk to like the ghost of his dead wife, who was like, and I cheated on you, by the way.
When they completely just destroyed his history.
Yeah, and so they did that, and I was really upset about that because it was like the core thing of the character. And I'm sure in the writing room they're like, "Oh, we're so clever. You're retarded." But the thing that really upset me about sending him to another universe is that they made him look just like Guts, right? They gave him a cloak, they gave him a big ass weapon, then he had like 2 children following him everywhere, and I was just like, nope, close that, throw that away.
That's crazy.
That does not exist in my reality anymore. Yeah. I have elected to delete that from my memory, although I can't fully say that because I'm still here.
I reject your reality and insert my own.
Yeah, I literally at one point had gotten a picture of Frank from that comic and then Guts and put them like right next to each other. It was almost like the exact same. And I don't mean like in a tribute, like inspired, taking the DNA from kind of way. I mean, literally, it was the exact same picture.
That's crazy.
So
that's
why I was disappointed. That's why. Lack of creativity, short-sightedness, trying to copy something that everybody loves, because at that time, like everybody still loves Berserk.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But it was definitely high at that time. And it's like you're just trying to ride the coattails of something that you can't keep up with. That's just the truth.
Makes sense. Yes.
All right. So anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
That's a good answer. I could tell you were getting a little emotional there. I get it.
Yeah, every cent of the super chat will go to my therapy after reading this terrible ending.
It's okay, Carol.
Yeah. Right.
I don't get worked up much, but I do.
Yeah.
That's funny. For me, on a technicality, I'm gonna say from DC, it was an event called Dark Knight's Death Metal. Which was a follow-up to the original Dark Knight's Metal event, which came out in 2016, which was actually a ton of fun.
Yes, it was.
But then this was meant to be kind of a direct follow-up to that. And it was like
chaos.
It was like The Matrix, guys, where you have a great first movie, and then everything just falls apart. It was like, why did you ruin the good thing?
Well, because the brothers never wanted to make more than one movie. They just wanted to make the one movie, and then the studio forced them to make more content to make more money off of their concept. Right?
And it reads that way.
Yeah.
It absolutely reads that way. Dark Knight's Death Metal feels like it took the shell of all of the cool concepts and characters that were introduced in the first metal event and just said, what if we try and just like outdo ourselves? They did the Pirates of the Caribbean thing, right? Where the first Pirates movie is basically perfect.
Yeah,
it is a ton of fun. It's just enough crazy Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. But then in the sequels, it felt like they were kind of trying to artificially make him crazier and crazier without it having the magic of the character, if that makes sense. And so it felt artificial, right? It didn't feel like it was organic or real, and it didn't feel good at all. And Dark Knight's Death Metal, man, almost right from jump, the setup was just, what are we doing here?
It's almost
why are we doing this?
It's almost like those that who read manga or follow like anime, the two versions of Full Metal Alchemist. The first,
Oh yeah, the original and then
the
Brotherhood, which
original
is
was like a
basically
parody.
one to the manga. Yeah.
Yeah. The other one was like a parody, and the other like it was a 1-for-1. So like you get these little side journeys, man. They're just basically almost feel like a fanfic instead of an actual story. And it doesn't. I mean, it's GT, Dragon Ball GT. That's why nobody likes it. It's like that's not.
Well, Dragon Ball GT was trying to put all the things that everybody wanted. So they wanted Kid Goku back, right? They wanted more, Trunks with the sword. Although that Trunks did not invoke the same emotion.
Nope.
No, that was not my boy Trunks.
No, and then they put a female in there because everybody's like, oh, we need like a female character in here, and they went with Pan, and I'm like, okay, cool, but like no, it doesn't really like work.
She was just a female Gohan, and I hate Gohan.
Yeah, well, I don't mind Gohan.
I like Gohan.
Like, I must be like the only Dragon Ball Z fan that actually liked the superhero movie. I know everybody was like, no, it spits in the eye of everything. I was like, but it makes fun of itself. It makes fun of itself so much. Like, there's a point where like Piccolo is talking to Gohan, and Gohan's got glasses on, and like Piccolo's about to walk off, and he looks at him. He's like, considering everything, like, why do you need glasses? And like Gohan like looks at him and doesn't answer the question, right? Because he doesn't need glasses.
No, of course he doesn't. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean,
Gohan has two cool moments in his entire existence. It was when he went Super Saiyan 2 versus Cell.
Yes.
And it was when he was the Mystic Saiyan against Super Buu. That's it. As far as I'm concerned, he should have been permanently kidnapped by Garlic in the Dead Zone movie and never be seen again.
Yeah, I mean, and I will accept if the whole Rippaverse fandom is like, Carrie, you have a bad take on Dragon Ball superhero. That's fine. I can be flawed, just like the pineapple and pizza thing. Okay,
and you are, but we still accept you. But it's for who you are, not what you do.
Pineapples and all, Carol. Pineapples.
Love the sinner, hate the sin.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help, but yeah. So before we get off on too many tangents. But.
Yes. Okay, now let's get to the next question here. Where is it? Okay, here we go. So there's that one. Here we go. Mosta. What do you do when you get an idea, but it's visuals in your mind, and you're not a talented artist like Kanan or Andrew? Or don't lump me in with Kanan.
No, you won the last
who can
one.
Just bring.
That's what I heard. Kanan, did he win the last
I believe he did. Okay. Yes, you did. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, so don't be.
I was on another stream when it was.
Yeah.
Like I was like moderating on this monitor and like talking on this monitor. It was kind of funny.
He did. He actually, well deserved. He did an amazing job.
Well, thank you, brother. So I'm going to read this again because I'm not quite sure I understand the wording of it. What do you do when you get an idea, but it's visuals in your mind and you're not a talented? Oh, okay. So when you get an idea, but the idea kind of just amounts to visuals in your mind and you don't have the ability to actually put that on paper or on, a tablet or whatever. Okay. But instead you have the ability for film or writing. I mean, then what you do is, if you can be as descriptive as possible, describe what that looks like. Yeah, storyboard it, and then find a talented artist.
Get some sticky notes and start drawing some stick figures on it and put it in the order that you want the scene to be.
Yeah, here's my stuff. Make it pretty. Like that's
That's why you hire artists,
Or you can do what Stan Lee did and jump on a desk and tell somebody who can draw, like, this is what I'm picturing, and act it out in front of them, and then have them like draw it for you.
Yeah. Yep.
You did do that. Yeah. No, I think that's the thing that makes the most sense to me. Like it's the same thing with how a lot of writers will work with concept artists, right? Like if I have a cool idea in my head for something, I might like mood board it. And then I'll throw it at Marcos, right? Be like, Marcos.
Oh, you gave him a mood board? That's so nice of you.
make this like collage of ideas plus my description makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? Yeah. I think that's what makes the most sense to me. Does that sound right, Kanan?
Yeah,
all right, too.
yeah. I mean, that's what it's for. You know, you don't have to necessarily do the visuals unless you just want to learn how to draw, which some people have done that. You know, they've
No, absolutely, yeah.
they've paved the way, pound the pavement to learn. But yeah, don't limit yourself and feel like you're stuck. Just create, and if not anything, just write a good novel. You know, and be like Carol said, be as descriptive as possible. So that, if it does, like a J.R.R. Tolkien, get to become a movie, you got so much dynamic, script writing, man. You can just follow that and make an amazing film. So,
but you don't have to do 10 pages of descriptions of the trees followed by 5 pages
create a language
about the trees, and then 2 pages of song about the trees. You don't have to talk. You don't have to spend that long with the trees. Okay.
You listen here. You don't bring that negativity into my chat.
Almost 20 pages about trees I never saw again.
But I will say, because of that, some of that extended story, man, that's how you get the best of Star Wars. He was able to pull episode 4, 5, and 6 out of a massive story. So, yeah, sometimes it works.
This question by JS Pena: are you guys going to release the hidden covers for Black Eye and Twin Tricks anytime soon?
I thought those were done.
They're done. I've been posting the art for them on social media, but I just pulled them up on the thing now, and it looks like the graphics weren't updated on here. So thank you for that. I'll message our devs and have them update the graphics there,
so
because we revealed those.
Yeah, usually what happens is we'll send the stuff to the devs, but because they're so busy, like that falls under a low priority. But yeah, no, it's that we've been posting it on X and everything. So yeah,
you can find the art for those covers on across our social media.
So the answer to your question is yes, we will, and we have.
Yeah.
Follow us on X to see it live time.
Exactly. Mark asks, what do you think of a story set in New Jersey where a civilian ex-op is trying to live a peaceful life while war is brewing in the background between New York and Philadelphia? That sounds like you should try and write it.
Yeah.
I just used one of your phrases. You should write it.
Yeah. Go write that. Yeah.
You should write it. Write it.
Yeah. And let us know when you're done.
Yeah. That could be something. Who knows what New Jersey and New York and Philadelphia look like right now in the Rippaverse. I mean, yeah, we'll see. Which character? Okay, here we go. Mr. Frosty. This guy.
I love Frosty. Frosty is one of my favorite people. I'm sorry.
He's fun. He's a lot of energy. Which characters do you, Andrew and Caro, want your creations to collab with the most? There are right answers, by the way.
There are right answers. Oh, y'all both tilted your heads the same way. That's awesome.
it's that sibling energy is what that is, or start to react to.
Well, obviously, I want to cross over with Arcstream, right? That has to happen at some point. I think after that, I definitely would like to do a Dirty Deeds and Zaylin crossover. I really
that would be such an shoot.
Because I have a really good concept, but I haven't gotten the green light to approach Chuck about it to see what his thoughts on that. But after that, I definitely would like some kind of Arid and Sulea and Horseman encounter.
Interesting. That'd be cool.
I think they would. That would be the opposite
ground
of a bad
crew
day.
energy.
Yeah, it would be kind of it would.
It's a bad day for whoever the bad guys are.
I would call it a day off, because then Arid and Sulea would have the day off, and then they would run into Hector and be like, "This seems fun."
That's cool. Yeah, I like that. So aside from the easy answer, which is Dirty Deeds, because that has a lot of fun potential, I think. And it's there's the running gag in the server too, right? Where it's the Dirty Deeds are your babies and Zephyr is my kid. And so we look at, and since we're also seen as siblings, they're half related. So that'd be a fun crossover to do. I'd really like to have Zephyr crossover with Horseman at some point. Ooh. Because that to me is that's that Spidey and Punisher team up energy, right?
Yeah.
And that's when crossovers are really fun when you have like same energy or similar energy, but they're also really fun if you have complete polar opposite
Polar
types of
opposite, yep,
characters.
yep.
You know, it's that whole, all right, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? All right, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to shoot those guys. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, we're killing people. Or we could not. Are there
Have we
alternate
tried
options?
not doing that? Could we
Have-
try
yeah.
not doing that?
What's plan B?
Like, are these
Yeah.
like real bullets or are you using rubber
Yeah.
bullets? Oh, those are real bullets.
Oh, those are real bullets. Could we not? Could we try something different? What's plan B?
I can
Plan
see
B is
Zeph.
I have the shotgun.
Right. You see,
Just a different gun.
see
Right?
Horseman actually shoot a guy. He's like, "Oh crap, bro! You actually shot him." Yeah. Why?
So what did you think I was gonna do? Stare at him or talk him to
Right.
death?
Right.
What are you trying to say? You know,
Awesome.
like I feel like the interactions there could be a ton of fun. So good question. That's a fun question. I like that kind of question. All right, let's see what else. Do we have any more?
I like how we're both like, at some point, horsemen.
Yeah, right. Well, look, everybody loves Horseman.
As you should. As you
Not all of us
should.
love him on the level that
Right,
Caro
right.
does.
I would allow it.
Carol
It would be
loves
like
the Horseman.
it would be like I would treat it like, you know, the BTS fandom where it's kind of like we can all love them the exact same.
And the
right? Like, we
armies.
could all do
Is
that.
that right? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know, like one of my friends is like really into BTS, and so initially she was like, listen to these tracks, do you like them? I was like, yeah, they're kind of catchy. She's like, would you like to join the following? And I was like, what does that mean?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Would you
And
like
so
to
she-
be an
Like,
army?
One of us.
Yeah, no, she's totally in the army.
Yeah,
So she
yes.
explained the rules, and I was like, man, I gotta tell you, I don't pay that much attention. Like if they got a jam that comes out, I'll be like, yeah, this is a bop, and then I'm gonna move on.
Yep. It can get deep. Ooh.
No, that's K-pop. I did a lot of K-pop research when I was creating my K-pop group for the ArcStream books. Initially, like a couple of years, that's like 2 years. You pay no bills. Why are you barking?
He's talking to the dog, by the way.
Yeah,
There must be a dog down the hall saying something rude about his mother or something like that. But yeah, it was about 2 years ago now that I created my K-pop girls, and I did a lot of research into K-pop, and man, like that they don't play around. They really
No.
don't play around.
Yeah, their dance practices are like forever long, and it's like if they get one step out, they all get lectured, and then they have to practice that exact same step until it's like completely like synced, and it's like, oh my goodness, like.
Yep.
And then one of you guys just like are kind of like, it's time to run off to mandatory military service. Let's go.
Yep. It's a moment of reprieve, you know.
Yeah.
It's intense.
By then they're like, I can totally walk and step. Like marching, I got this.
Yeah, for real. Absolutely. That's funny. All right. Chimera with another question. I feel I need to complete my MC's ending before beginning the first story arc because I don't want to fall into the never-ending story. What's a pass the reins trope that I should avoid? Pass the reins in terms of, you thinking like a mantle thing? Like, okay, I was the hero of this generation. Now I'm passing it on to somebody else. Are you thinking that? Because at least for the first part of your question, which was more of a statement, I suppose, there's actually not anything wrong with that methodology. Or even simplifying it a little bit and saying, I know I want to have my character reach this point. I know I want to start them here. Then you fill out the center, right? That's actually kind of how I got to where I am right now with ArcStream. I knew where I wanted to start him, and I knew where I wanted him to be, at least at a certain point in his development.
Yeah.
So then it was just a matter of like, okay, now connect the dots, fill in the blanks. You know, these are the missing jigsaw shapes. I get to kind of choose where I want to place them, but like now I have a good framework to work with. I at least have a guideline, I have a signpost, right? I know, okay, I want to be right there. What are the things that will help me get from this starting line to that specific point, right? And what sort of speed bumps, hurdles, and obstacles can I place in the way of my characters to make that journey feel organic and feel impactful?
I think so. When I read this question, and then I'll let Kanan answer because I know he's got his advice as well. I'm thinking about Naruto and Boruto, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking when I see this. And my advice is it's okay to let things end. is absolutely okay.
Boruto doesn't exist.
Yeah. You know, I know some people like the one spin-off in the future, and then naturally they kind of went off with that. But when it is okay. Like if you reach a point and you're kind of like, should I continue? Should I end? If you have to ask yourself that question, then absolutely just stop it, or you're fine. If you really feel the burning urge to continue that story in a pass the rain trope, let me tell you, it will wake you up in the middle of the night. It absolutely will. You'll think about it. It will plague you.
Yeah.
You'll be like writing it on napkins. Suddenly you'll be starting like talking to your friends randomly about, it's like, I just had this idea, and they'll be like, no more ideas. Like, yeah, but hear me out. Just like, I was thinking about this thing, and it's like, it sounds like the last thing that it's like, yeah, but it's different. Like, let me tell you about it. It's like, and when you keep fighting, when they're telling you to shut up, then maybe that is the time to be like, maybe I could continue doing it. So
that's good. Yeah. I mean, the never-ending trope thing, I think if you do want to like continue a story, and I'm just, from some of the animes and stuff I've seen, you can end one character's arc, still start a new quest with another character within that same story. So you can still continue your main story. Now it's just through another person's eyes rather than the main person. That way it won't become a Goku situation where he just levels up and levels up and levels up and levels up and keeps leveling up. And then all of a sudden it gets to the point where he's the only character you can really create with, because you've not spend any time building on any other characters.
Poor Ten.
Yeah, it's like, that's why like Dragon Ball Z was such a defining story, because it showcased Krillin's life and Yajirobe and Yamcha and Chaozu and Tien and Goku and Chi-Chi and all. But as it got on, it was just like Goku and Vegeta. It then became just Goku. And then just Goku going to different levels. And now he's like Super Saiyan level 958, Ultra Instinct God mode. Like, it's just like, okay.
So I'm waiting for Goku to just become existence. It's like, I am existence.
Yeah, like I always said, I feel like his strongest level is just gonna be where he doesn't look any different. He's just strong and like at his max.
And he'll be like that all the time while he's like farming, because at the end of the day, even though he can like fight everything in the universe, Chi-Chi's like, get a job.
Exactly. It's like, we don't need you anymore. Like, so, and I think they tried to do that with Gohan. He was gonna be that kind of like
successor,
pass the torch, but the fan base was like, we want Goku. So if you do that, make the story compelling where you do kind of pass the torch to another character. If you just so happen to want to extend the story, but like Carol said, even as long as One Piece it has an end. There's an ending. It's just 1,000 some odd episodes, but believe it or not, there is an ending to One Piece. And so you just gotta do it.
Just took a while to get there.
Exactly. Yep. So.
Oh, is there an ending? Did it end?
Yeah.
Oh, I can start watching
the manga anyway. Yeah.
Oh, the manga? Oh.
Yeah, the manga ended.
Reading.
So it'll be a while for the anime to catch up.
Another 800 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, because everybody wants me to watch it. I'm like, I don't know how to tell you this. Like, I work at Rippaverse. That's pretty time consuming. And then I have like my own publishing company. And then I help my husband with his stuff. And then I volunteer. And then I'm a streamer. And then on top of that, I try to get like 6 hours of sleep a night. And then I have to walk my dogs. Like, when am I supposed to have time to do the One Piece?
Yep.
That's a lot.
Lies the dilemma. Yep.
Yeah, I'm kind of busy. Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, just a little. Okay, good question though. Good question.
I like that question. It was good.
Comics and everything. Hello, Danny. This is a question for Carol. How are you so great at everything? What a question.
Yeah, Carol, how are you great at everything? You can just do everything.
No, I can't do everything. I can't open jars. I always have to go to my husband and be like, babe, I need your help right now. Right.
I mean,
I like how Andrew left, so we have to sit with this question now.
Right.
Well, I just looked at my camera and realized, the sun's going down outside, and all of a sudden it's super dark in my room, and I'm already less bright than the other people on the screen, but like now I was literally less bright in terms of the lighting. So I just
let the darkness
quickly
consume you.
You should have just did it in the dark, man. Yeah,
that would
and like underlit, like, hey guys, just be really weird. You know?
I'm not into the ASMR thing.
I have one really great picture of Andrew when we had to wake up at like 4 a.m. in the morning for a release.
Yes.
I won't release it yet, but I have it, and it's great.
It's
great.
God, yeah. That was back when we had the stupid early crack at dawn.
That was because we were trying to fix website issues. That's what it was. Because what would happen is we would do the release, and then there would be bugs, and then we were fixing the bugs, and then we managed to fix the bugs before there were bugs, and then we didn't have to wake up at 4 a.m. anymore. It was quite wonderful. I was quite delighted by this change. Anyway, I think Danny's biased. We can move on to the next question. It's fine.
But it's true. It's true.
No,
it's true.
It's not.
Here's another question. Kanan, is there a piece that you have done on commission and decided it's too great to give up?
Nope.
I will show you a thing though.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll show you a thing. I'm quite in love with it.
Okay.
Oh, is this the piece I think it is?
Yeah. It's the piece Kanan did for me.
Oh.
Let's see.
Look at her. Is she not beauty?
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. I was kind of like, Kanan, will you draw my monster baby? And he was like, yeah. And obviously in exchange for money, right?
That turned out so sick.
I can't wait.
That makes me even more hyped for mine.
Yes. Yep. when it's a commission, as good as it may be to you, it's a commission. And it's not, I don't have any of those that I want to hold on to regardless. But the beauty of doing like digitally, I have a file, and I only would use it simply for, portfolio purposes and put on Instagram or something like that when it was, permission given. But yeah, it's yours, and that was the whole purpose. It's your characters, whoever commissions me. So yeah, I never, I guess I'm not like that super one artist was like, it's so great, I just don't want to give it up. Like I've never been the kind of that guy, because I'm always like on to the next one. You know?
Well, and you're the type of artist that you want to challenge yourself, and so probably your mentality is probably like, that turned out so great. How do I do even better next time?
Yeah, like there's pieces I look back on, man, and it's like, man, and for me, not necessarily keeping them, but it's good to reference, because sometimes I find myself going back to some of the old ways I did it. I was like, I really liked that era. I need to bring that back to kind of the present and still incorporate what I do. But holding on to them, nah. Like I don't. I think my sentimental value comes where, you see the client's response. That's the payoff for me.
Yeah,
man, that's it, man. That's what I wanted.
I feel like my response is pretty typical though. I'm like, that's amazing. I love it. Like, yeah.
It's Kanan, right?
Just
except if it's Arad and then my husband's in the room. It's like, I have to tell you, he wants the sword bigger.
He wants the sword bigger, Kanan.
But like I said, just in saying that, it's it's satisfied. It's like, okay, because my things, I always want to make sure it's exactly the way you want it, and so when you get the good feedback, and even with some of the corrections, man, it's like, that's the payoff. Helping somebody else's idea come to fruition, man, and they're like, man, that's exactly what I was looking for.
Heck yeah,
that's a win.
That's super rewarding. Marcos Martins is in the chat. Caro, you should have him color that. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Hit me up, Marcos.
You should. I want to see that thing in color. That
would be crazy.
I'm trying to bring back my monster babe. If I can.
You should.
Gesture. Yeah, I'm.
Guys, it's a great book, and not to shamelessly plug, but there's some short stories you can get for only $1 on Amazon or Kindle. Yeah, Amazon Kindle.
Audiobook is really good too.
Yeah. So, I got an audiobook. There's like a whole bunch of stuff, but I wanted to do that because I wanted to make like mini posters to sell to folks. So.
Heck yeah, Larry Parker, thank you for hanging out with us. Can I please get a splash page of Avery/Isom stuck in traffic trying to get to a fight?
In his truck.
Pretty funny.
I think he would just get up and start running over cars at that point.
Oh,
That's pretty funny.
Mhm.
I like that.
We will pass it on. We'll pass
Oh
it
yeah,
on.
we'll pass it on to the powers that be in terms of
That could be a prompt
working.
for Control Z, stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
yeah. I think about that. Yeah, that could.
Oh man, I
I'll
might
put that in here.
I
before
might have
forget.
to do that because then I'll just draw Zephyr running through and like seeing people stuck in traffic and being like, can't relate, sounds hard.
Blur my.
Oh man.
That's
Okay,
for
let's
you.
see. Do we have any more questions or was that the last one?
I think I saw another one.
I'm still scrolling down. I think
I feel like I
think
saw another one.
that was the last one. Unless
I'm looking.
I'm crazy. Let me double check.
No, I guess that was it. I guess you're
I
right.
want to make sure we're thorough here. But yeah, I honestly think that was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an encouraging comment though for us, and thank you for this. Johnny Taz says, as a comic book writer, this is one of the most informative streams I've ever watched. We'll never miss
Wow.
another stream ever. Well, thank you so much for that. We do this
Kate
like
was
every
here.
2 weeks.
Yep.
Right? Not every 2 weeks.
Yeah, we try to. At
and if
first,
you-
Eric wanted to do it every week, and I was like, no, I don't have
Mhm.
enough to say every week. I'm sorry.
I don't have enough energy or time. It's after normal work hours.
Well, granted, that was before we started having like this absolutely crazy release schedule. At this point, we could literally have it every week, but I don't want to do it every week.
No,
as much as I
don't
love
say that
both
out
of
loud.
you.
Don't put that out into the.
I mean, it's good for the Reddit build.
It's been like this for months. I'm not putting
he'll
anything
hear
in the
you.
universe.
He'll hear you.
I will do it. I will do it every week if Eric shows up every other week. That's what I will do.
Yeah. Okay. So that's not happening then. I would also recommend, if you are interested in the art side of the comic book process, check out our Control Z artist podcast that we do every month. It's usually at the end of every month. Usually like the last Wednesday is when we try and air it. And it's got myself along with Kanan, Igor, our lead illustrator, and Marcos, our concept artist.
Yep.
And the guys each do a prompt piece that we go through. We all go through it. We critique it. They critique each other's pieces. And we usually also have a fan piece
So you can submit
that we go through as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you're an aspiring artist, you can join us for the prompts. If you go back and watch the most recent episode, which was a ton of fun, then you can actually join us for the prompt. You have basically a month. I think I said you guys have to like the 22nd or 23rd or something like that to email me your prompts. So artists in the chat, feel free to join us. It's a ton of fun. A lot of people have said they gotten a lot out of it as artists or aspiring artists.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for the compliments. We really appreciate that. That means a lot. We want these to be informative and not just, as Caro mentioned earlier, Caro and I bullshitting and for an hour and a half to 2 hours.
I mean, we can.
We can do that, but it's more fun to be
that's
informative.
Interesting for you. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more fun to just be informative. So I think
next time they'll ask questions about characters.
Right? Maybe.
Can't do it now. It's got to be over. We got to wrap it up.
Yep, we are wrapping. Sorry, guys. Snooze, lose.
Don't forget to get this if you have small children.
Yes. Kanan, is there somewhere that people can go to grab that?
I believe it's on Amazon.
It is on Amazon.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It's
please check that out.
Inexpensive, man. But it's a good book. You know what I'm saying? If you just
it's delightful.
Run in situations and trying to explain grief, you know, it's a good tool.
That's awesome.
So
that's awesome. Cool. Guys, as always, thank you so much for hanging out with us and being so supportive, whether it was just being interactive with each other and interactive with us in the chat, the super chats, the memberships, the gifted stuff. Thank you so very much for all of that. Your support means everything. Eric is happy when it looks like these streams are doing well, and these streams have been doing well. So thank you so much for that. Make sure that you guys are sub to our newsletter, because we send those out every month. You also get the first updates on new stuff that's coming out. Make sure you consider becoming a Rippaverse member on our website, because there are all sorts of good perks, including latest issue of the Rippazine for free, the standard cover at least, shipping discounts or free shipping, depending on which tier you're at. All sorts of good stuff. Those will be expanding. Make sure you are in our Discord server, where you can chat with other fellow Rippaverse fans about all of our books. You can theorize. We have a forum section that is dedicated for theory talk and spoiler talk about the books, about the characters. The guys and gals in there are super interactive, and they're in there every single day. Be sure to join
and we
them.
usually show up at some point.
Every now and then, yeah, we pop in. We pop in. We'll announce our presence to the world. But thank you so much, guys. Keep an eye out for more Rippaverse solicitations and Rippasend solicitations coming to you in the very near future. But until next time, I'm gonna get all these awesome people out of here. Make sure you do your daily deadlifts with the Rippaverse Omnibus.
The impossible
great.
book to lift.
Yeah. Go exercise, touch some grass,
It's good
and
for
read
you.
some comics.
Yeah.
Read some comics.
Yeah, apparently I need to just read every Rippaverse book like once a day right now so I can stop bothering you.
Exactly. But until next time, guys, we appreciate you. God bless and Godspeed.
Bye.
Peace.
I'm waving if you can't see. Goodbye. Goodbye.